Good morning, Hi-Crest. Today's reading for October 29th is John 11 through 25. Then he said, "Our friend Lazarus has fallen asleep, but now I will go and wake him up." The disciples said, "Lord, if he is sleeping, he will soon get better." They thought Jesus meant Lazarus was simply sleeping, but Jesus meant Lazarus had died. So he told them plainly, "Lazarus is dead. And for your sakes, I am glad I wasn't there, for now you will really believe. Come, let us go see him." Thomas, nicknamed the twin, said to his fellow disciples, "Let's go too and die with Jesus." When Jesus arrived at Bethany, he was told that Lazarus had already been in his grave for 4 days. Bethany was only a few miles down the road from Jerusalem, and many of the people had come to console Martha and Mary in their loss. When Martha got a word from that Jesus was coming, she went to meet him, but Mary stayed in the house. Martha said to Jesus, "Lord, if only you had been here, my brother would not have died. But even now I know that God will give you whatever you ask." Jesus told her, "Your brother will rise again." "Yes," Martha said, "he will rise when everyone else rises at the last day." Jesus told her, "I am the resurrection and the life. Anyone who believes in me will live even after dying." And this is God's word. A couple of things that stuck out to me and I found interesting. Verse 15, when Jesus is talking about, "And for your sakes, I'm glad." The first thought in my head is, how can Jesus be glad about the death of a friend? Jesus could be glad for many reasons, I see. He knew that he was about to raise Lazarus. He knew that many more people would believe in him when he did so. And he also had comfort that death is not the end for us. He knew of the joy we have in our Father in heaven. And verse 16 also stuck out to me. Jesus returning to Judea would mean that he was kind of putting in motion his death. A lot of the disciples knew and were worried that he would be killed going back to Judea. However, Thomas was willing to go with and die with Jesus. He said this not knowing, and it was before Jesus would raise Lazarus from the dead. And he said this before Jesus told Martha in verse 25 that he is the resurrection and the life. And also, I always ask myself, why did Jesus wait 4 days? And I learned today that at the time there was Jewish belief that the dead soul would stay at the grave for 3 days in hopes of returning to the body. But on day 4, it was believed that there was no longer any hope for resuscitation in returning to their body. So how does all of this apply for me today? I'm asking myself, do I truly believe that Jesus is the resurrection? Do I believe strongly and loyally enough to follow and possibly risk my life knowing there is much more joy after this life? And if I do believe what Jesus had said and what he will do, why am I not shouting that from the mountaintops? So I am praying today that his word will overflow out of my heart in a way that spreads his good news, his hope, his joy, and his comfort. Continue to power up, pour in, and spill out.